In other news, President Donald Trump has declared that the United States will take over and redevelop the Gaza Strip, suggesting an unprecedented American role in rebuilding the war-torn region.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it.
Well, what does this all mean? Let's discuss it with the host of the American Exchange podcast, Erich McElroy. Erich, is Donald Trump joking? Is he serious? I mean, how do we interpret this?
Oh, I wish he was just a stand-up comedian. I mean, we're on day 15 of Trump's administration. It feels like day 1500. We have gone a long way from no foreign wars under a Trump administration to proposals to annex Canada, invade Panama, invade Greenland, and now apparently develop Gaza. So it's definitely something that wasn't what he ran on or was elected on. And it's quite a sharp turn. I think everybody last night was just gasping as he said this.
Well, Eric, I mean, Gaza isn't going to rebuild itself necessarily, so far as Hamas are in control as a terrorist organisation.
Absolutely not. But the majority of the Palestinians who live in Gaza are not members of Hamas. There's over 2 million people there, many of whom weren't born when Hamas seized power. And I think basically removing and deliberately a group of people from their place where they live and forcing them to another geographic area, that is the dictionary definition of ethnic cleansing. Now, the United States has a pretty checkered past in many areas, but we thought we had moved past that. And I don't see how suggesting that is going to secure the Middle East. It's certainly going to put American lives at risk, which is what Donald Trump said he would not do. Because if there are Americans they're building, there's going to be American soldiers there defending that. And that puts us right in the heart of the Middle East, even more than we are now.
I mean, it is pretty shocking to hear, I suppose, because I've heard Donald Trump talk about Gaza before, saying what a beautiful location it is, saying, look at those beaches, this could be a new Monaco. I just always assumed he thought that, you know, it would be an Arab a city-state in a way, sort of equivalent to Monaco, run in the same way that the UAE might be run, you know, a new Dubai it could be. But this is the first time he's saying that actually it shouldn't be Palestinian. And this is raising huge concerns, not least that there could be more attacks. This could spur on another disaster like October the 7th.
Well, I mean, not only that. I mean, if Donald Trump's first concern is supposed to be protecting the American homeland, putting us in a position where we are displacing millions and millions of Arabs and Palestinians, that seems to be putting us right in the heart of the crosshairs of, you know, not to mention the fact that he's starting to decimate career officials at the CIA and the FBI with what he's going in. And maybe that's what this is. This is a distraction so that we can't see what he's got Elon Musk doing, because Elon Musk currently has what may well be illegal access to the U.S. Treasury system. So is that the issue? Is it the fact that he's trying to get rid of FBI agents who were just involved on a civil service level as their employees working on the January 6th cases? I mean, there's so many possible directions to think. Now, Trump tends to throw big things out and then pull them back.
Could it be that this is Donald Trump's way of putting pressure on both Israel and Hamas to sort of stick to the current peace agreement, the current ceasefire agreement? I mean, don't always have to take his word literally, do we? Perhaps this is another strategic move on his part.
For those of us who didn't want Trump to be president, I think it's very difficult to have someone who's the leader of your country who's constantly speaking in a way that is, you know, we're all guessing what he means. I mean, where did this come from? What direction is he taking it? Is it bluster? But it damages our relationship and our status in the world. You know, last week, or was it this week? I don't know. The time slips by. He was attacking one of our closest allies, Canada. Now, when is he going to turn the crosshairs towards Great Britain, another supposedly close great ally? This isn't the way you treat your friends, much less your enemies. And it's
they've ceded to his demands, though, haven't they? They've ceded to his demands, and he's elected on the promise of America first.
The things that Justin Trudeau announced were things that he announced weeks before. So there's a lot of bluster. Where America has a lot of power, it has a lot of influence. These things can be done, but in a reasoned, measured way. This isn't a game. These are people's lives, and this is a horrific situation that's been happening for the Palestinians and for the Israelis. And saying that we're going to develop it, because, and remember, a year ago, Jared Kushner was talking about how great it would be to develop Gaza. So his son-in-law maybe planted the seeds here. It's just not how
it would be great to develop Gaza. It would be lovely to have gleaming skyscrapers, but it should be perhaps controlled by an Arab state rather than by the Americans. Eric, we're going to have to leave it there. We need to get to the news bulletins, but thank you so much for being with us and talking through this peculiar turn in American foreign policy.
Yes, let us know your thoughts on that one. GB News.